Hi Huma, hi Kalki, welcome to our show.
Hi.
Thanks for being on our show again.
Thank you.
Okay, the two of you are totally redefining the way Bollywood looks at women. Tell us about it. It's not about the perfect 10 anymore.
Yeah, I think we're the two extremes.
Too extreme. Yeah, she's too thin. I'm too big.
She's chubby and
really.
skinny. We're like,
she's too wide.
we balance each other out. That's why we come in twos.
Yeah, that's right. We work
It's a
together.
perfect combo for my interview.
Yeah, send us together for all these things. Go balance out the equation. Yeah.
But tell me the kind of roles you are doing. I mean, it's totally redefining.
I don't know. I think it's just happening. I don't think either of us are really thinking about it so much or really sort of planning, oh, now I've done this, now I need to sort of do that because I'm going to redefine how Indian women are perceived in cinema. I don't think it's that. It's just that I guess it's also a personality thing. I think we are just the kind of women that we are, and it's a good time for cinema because interesting roles are being written, and interesting things are happening, and there is space to do different kinds of stuff. Earlier, you just had like either your mother jo haath se khana banati beti ke liye, or you had the vamp or the the damsel in distress. You had these stereotypes of female characters. I think that's changing now. We are okay with seeing grey female characters, and that's where we come in.
Yeah, and scripts choose us also.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like she said this big plan that for the next 5 years I'm going to try and do this, this, and this. Most of the time it's also what comes in front of you. I think both of us would happily do a rom-com or something like that. It's just that that probably is not what people associate us with. And then even if it is a rom-com, it will probably be a different kind of rom-com that's not been done before. So it goes both ways.
So Emraan Hashmi plays a magician, so really like cast a spell on everybody. How is it working?
Women cast a spell on him.
Yeah, I think we bullied him to death.
Totally.
All of us are these independent, strong, stubborn women.
Yeah.
So
stubborn being the operator.
Yes.
I think he had a hard time sort of...
He would be like, can you go and do that? No. Can you just say no?
Can you no? No. So he was, I think he had a harder time. Yeah, we totally bullied him. And that's the way it should be.
So Vishal was quite upset about the controversies around the film. When the CBFC had passed it, but yet some women organizations wanted to see it. So what did you guys, how did you guys react to that?
I guess it sort of just happens before a film's release, Somebody just gets up and says, oh, we have an objection to that, and you're wearing white, so we have an objection to that, because you're hurting all the sentiments of people who love white or whatever. So that's really, really wrong.
I think, the thing is, we keep forgetting that this is a fictional film. It's not based on anybody's life or on any kind of real life witchcraft. It's like, if you're going to take a vampire film, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and say, look what you're doing to women. Women are vampires.
Or teenagers are vampires.
So then there's no scope for imagination whatsoever. And then we should in fact, we should make documentaries only. So, I mean, it's ridiculous. Nobody who's not even seen the film, I can understand after watching a film that, you might not like something.
Just by the promos,
But just from a promo, which is a typical classic fictional horror, it's very unheard of, and it only demands attention. It only says, oh, look, we want some attention.
It's really myopic to even start dictating. You can't make a film on a subject like this because you're propagating superstition or violence against women. Then tomorrow you'll stand up.
Most films will be bad.
All action films. If you make a film on bad cops, then all cops are bad, or all politicians are bad. That's just.
So do you girls believe in ghosts? That's as far as it goes.
I felt the presence just now. There is, I can feel it in this room.
I think there's someone behind you.
Oh my God.
Just look. Just turn.
No, but really, like Imran was saying how the movie, while shooting, he was so drained. At some point, you start thinking, is it really happening around me?
Did he?
That kind of feeling.
Liar. He's lying. No. Definitely not.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us.
Believe in the supernatural or are afraid of ghosts.
I think. I think it would be very difficult for me to be convinced that there's ghosts. Although I get very scared and creeped out when lights go out and there's a creepy sound, and when I watch horror films myself. But somehow logic tells me it's not possible. There's a scientific reason for most things. Unless I really met a ghost tomorrow, I don't think I would.
You met a ghost tomorrow?
Yeah, like
just over coffee. Let's catch up cup of coffee.
So do not believe unless you actually meet Mr. Ghost over coffee.
Yeah. Kalki, you work with very different kinds of directors. Like you have Anurag and Dibakar, and then you work with someone like Ayan Mukherjee. How different is it when they're working? Does Ayan is he more commercially tuned? I mean, is the mindset different?
Each and every mindset is different. Absolutely. I mean, it's like working with it's working with a new person every time. It's like having a new relationship every time. You know, you have somebody like Dibakar who is, I say, very OCD. You know, he's suffering from like precision. You know, everything has to be like calculated on the ball. You know, he says I'm a calculated cold fish, which is totally true. And then on the other hand, you have Ayan, who's like, you know, just extremely like chaotic, and he's changing lines on the set, and he's like, oh, let's add this scene, let's take that out, and you know, and you're like, oh my God, how am I going to keep, like, you know, consistent in this character or whatever. But yeah, I mean, that's the fun of it, to be able to work with such different people, because you pick up so much from learning from different people. Yeah, I think I've been very lucky to work with some of the most fantastic directors. Zoya, again, very stubborn, very precise. You know, she knows each and every beat that she wants, because she's a very good writer. So she's very good at, you know, knowing what she wants. Anurag, chaotic, complete chaos. Like, you don't know, you know, he's like changing everything around. You know, so there's every type of challenge faced, you know, with all these kinds of directors.
We had a very interesting conversation when you know, Anurag and you come to our office about how, you know, women do get very good roles now in Bollywood. At the same time, to a certain point, they are very objectified also. You know, so what is your take on that, Huma?
Well, not just women, men are also equally objectified. You know, you want to see Salman Khan take his t-shirt off equally as much as you want to see Emraan kissing, or I don't know, Katrina dancing or whoever. So I think it's you know, too much is being made of a woman being objectified, not a man being objectified. As long as it's well told, as long as it can move you at some level, you know, it can entertain you or engage you in some level, I think I'm okay with it.
Kalki, what about you?
It's always the script. I mean, if a script is well rounded and all the characters are well thought through, then nothing is stereotyped. The problem is we, I think, lack good writing a lot of the time, and we do, you know, just have like the good girl, the bad girl, the hero, the villain. You know, that needs to develop.
Slotted in like the place, yeah. Huma, you've been talking about how you're a die-hard Madhuri fan. Tell us about it. When did you stop being a fan and actually start acting with her?
Well, I don't know. I think the fangirl is still somewhere there, but it's difficult, you know, especially when you're working with her, not to admire her, because not only is she very talented and of course has been you know, a huge star, but she's a very easy person to work with, and I admire that.
No starry aura
at all. At all. She's so real and so grounded. That, you know, it's almost sort of fascinating to sort of really look at her body of work and then look at this person sitting in front of you who's just so real, who can crack a joke, who can take a joke on herself, you know, who can mimic people, who can just sort of, you know, I guess eat with everyone, and just is very, very real, and I really admire that, because I'm sure it must have been really heady for her when all the boys were writing all those letters to her, you know, dripping with blood. And proposing marriage to her and everything. But she's wonderful, and I have had a great time shooting with her in Ded Ishq. I was very happy that most of my scenes are with her. So the boys kind of felt a little left out, I think.
Kalki, have you ever been in awe of any actress like that from Bollywood?
In Bollywood?
Yeah.
In awe of. I have been in awe of Nasir. And that happened, I realized how much I was in awe when he came on Yellow Boots, on the set of Yellow Boots. So the thing is, I was like, I don't get affected by stardom. No, you know, everybody's like a human person, and you just treat them like a human being. And I thought I would be the same with Nasir. But, you know, when he came on set, and the kind of presence that he has immediately. He has an aura when he comes on set. Everybody suddenly goes silent. And he comes in, he does the scene, and I went blank. Because he's looking me in the eyes with such genuineness that I feel like a fraud standing in front of him. I was like, I can't do this. And I forgot my lines. I needed 10 minutes to gather myself, you know, and I realized, oh yeah, I'm in awe of this man. That's the only time I felt it.
Kalki, tell me, are you really happy with the way Anurag's career is shaping up? There was a time when, you know, he himself called himself, you know, jinxed, and now every actress actress wants to work, every actor or actress wants to work with him. How does that make you feel?
It's fantastic.
I mean, last year was a great year for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, of course, I'm very happy for him. I keep telling him that, you know, don't forget me. You know, I came along when Devdi was your first, like, sort of, you know, popular hit. And he's like, and I'm like, don't forget, you'd made No Smoking before that. And all that. But no, absolutely. Of course, I'm very proud of him. I think he's doing an awesome job. I think he's too busy though, and he tries to handle too much in life. Yeah. So I hope that he continues to be a great director and less of a great producer.
Seeing the friendship that you guys share, the most bizarre thing we heard is about your link up with Anurag. What was your first reaction to that? I mean, you don't really laugh the way you're laughing right now.
Yeah.
Tell them.
I mean, it's really silly because I don't know what to say to it, you know?
Yeah, we just, I don't know, laugh it off.
So I guess it's what, you guys just didn't react to it?
No, we did. I mean, they kept calling and calling, so eventually I was like, "Acha bata do, 1 घंटा है मेरे पास, जो भी पूछना है पूछ लो." But you know, I don't have anything to hide, and I don't think we have anything to feel uncomfortable.
And I remember Kalki calling me after that interview. She called me. She said, "Listen, I don't know what they're gonna write, you know, because."
And she was like, you know, why are they doing this? It's making me look like this.
Yeah. And all that. For you, because he's like your mentor, so it's like, you know.
Well, Anurag is a friend, and you know, I mean, he is someone who's, you know, been my first director, and he's a very special person, and he has been a sounding board of sorts for a lot of things, you know. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to let these rumors affect my relationship with him, you know, at all, or with Kalki for that matter. And we've been, you know, on the road for the last 12 days, and people have been asking me, "Oh, so you don't get along?" And I'm like, really?
Yeah, that's why we're sitting together.
We're sitting
like,
together, we're just pretending.
We're just such great actors. I save my acting for screen. I don't do acting in real life.
No, but tell me, Kalki,
but the thing, you know, I do have one cribbing point, which is that nobody questioned Anurag. The women, this is one thing.
Just,
they come and ask the women. It's our responsibility. It's my responsibility to save the marriage or to, you know, save face.
Make it look like it's like,
like make it happy.
Not to be the evil woman.
Or, you know, for her to defend her status. I mean, nobody, and Anurag has been...
Because he would fire them, because knowing Anurag,
that's why
any media person asked him, he would kill them.
He did that. He went on Twitter and he fired everyone. Blasted everyone. But the fact is, nobody will even go and question him and do an interview with him. So then it looks like, you know, both of us are being so defensive.
Correct. Looks like you're also defensive.
And it's, you know, the women are the bad ones.
No, but it's not because he's a man. I think it's because Anurag. People are just scared of him.
Because Anurag,
yeah, maybe.
You like shoot them totally.
But maybe we should also be like that. Just give it off to people, you know, rather than being like, you know, guys, we're just laughing it off because it's so stupid. What do you do?
But tell me something, you know, with a filmmaker at home, it's such a good one. Does he like, you know, advise you on what you're doing, your scripts? Do you really discuss work at home?
No. Because we're both very stubborn about it. Because if I make a mistake, I want it to be my mistake, not somebody else's mistake. Of course, you know, we give each other opinions about our work, we criticize each other or whatever. But I think it's very important to make that decision of choosing your script on your own, because you got to be convinced by it, not somebody else, you know. So it's very important for me to, and I have to hold my what do you call it, independence, you know, very, very, very aggressively sometimes, because people are always like going through Anurag, telling Anurag, you know, to, you know, what does Kalki want, you know, can you ask Kalki, or, you know, and it's just after a while you're like,
I'm my own person,
you know, me and Anurag are together, but that's none of your business.
Totally,
Absolutely none of your business. We are two separate individuals with our own minds.
So what are the most spooky thing about shooting this film?
You know, I don't want to reveal the turning point.
Don't.
No, I won't, trust me. But you know, all of us in the film have had to do the Diane get-up at least once. I'm not going to tell you who the Diane is, but all of us, because किसी का कुछ flashback आता है, कोई dream आता है, कुछ आता है, so all of us have done the Diane get-up at least once. And all of us have had to wear these thick lenses.
Horrible.
And they're like really thick.
And they're like black, they make your whole eyes black.
The whole eye is black, and you can't see anything. So, you know, you sort of, I mean, that darkened sort of ubbad-khabbad set, you sort of really trying to make way and you're holding hands.
So we had all these blind Dianes on set all the time.
So no one knew where anyone
banging
was going.
into things.
And let's hope it's a spooky Friday for all of us. And thank you so much for being on the show. It was great talking to you guys.
Thank you.